Like a phoenix that rises from its own ashes, was this round of Champions League matches a moment in history? The handing of the baton, the passing of the torch, where Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi collapsed, Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland rose to the occasion. Have they taken the throne? Are these our new kings? And amidst all of that, don't forget a certain Jadon Sancho. This is your Champions League weekly roundup. Yes, guys, listen, a brilliant week of Champions League football. I mean, yesterday's games was something just in terms of, and I say yesterday's game, the one at the new camp, that was something that really shook up the footballing world. Like we saw the 8-2 last year, and that shook the world. But this was something. I'm not saying it was better, but it was something. When you saw Kylian Mbappe, 22 years old, against his elder statesman, arguably the greatest footballer of all time on the other side of the field, Lionel Messi, in the new camp, absolutely thrashed. That was a moment in history. And today, I think we just got exciting games. We got games that we love to see in Champions League football. Four teams that kind of even if their stature across Europe varies from team to team, I think they were kind of even over the 90 minutes on the field. 2 nights of brilliant Champions League football. I want to hear what you lot got to say in the comments. The link for this stream is in the description as well, so you can come and join and have your say. I am joined by a Chelsea fan, father. Listen, I know Chelsea didn't play today or yesterday. They're playing next week against Atletico Madrid, but the Champions League is back. And I think these 2 days is a brilliant advert for the Champions League and its return for the knockout rounds this season, right?
Yeah, that's the real Valentine's Day for lots of people. But yeah, man, it's nice to be back in the Champions League. You know, even though, sorry about Manchester United on what happened though. But yeah, man, today's game again. I think to summarize it, like we're all living in a new generation of greatness. Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, you name it. Honestly, those two can be the future Ballon d'Or winner in the future.
100%. We're going to start with yesterday's game. So in the new camp, Barca go 1-0 up. Messi scores the penalty. A brilliant pass over the top from Messi for Frankie de Jong. And for me, it was a penalty. I don't know what you think. Do you think that was a penalty? Some people say accidental.
I don't. This is the thing, yeah. It's a bit complex one because again, we've had this issue with VAR and that not only in the Champions League but in the Premier League. But I think from yesterday's case, I think it was so soft, and the fact that it's kind of different ruling between the Champions League and the Premier League, and the ruling state in the Champions League state that I think any contact inside the penalty box is a pen. But what I saw yesterday, there's non-contact at all. It's nothing. And the fact that, again, we've been criticizing VAR for over a year, and the way how you using the VAR properly, though, I just think, again, man, the VAR is again controversy in the Champions League. Then
there's a comment here from Egal EGTV says fraud. I know he's talking about. We're gonna get onto Haaland because you made a big call earlier. We're gonna get onto him a bit later. We're joined by Shane, Man United fan. I know obviously Man United are not in the Champions League. The big tournament, the real one, starts tomorrow against Real Sociedad. But in terms of the PSG Barca, talking about the penalty, for you, was that a penalty?
Which penalty was that? The one that Messi got?
Messi. So yeah. So the foul on Frankie de Jong.
To be honest, Neeks, I can't really remember the incident that well because I didn't really watch the game. I watched the Liverpool game.
Oh, you watched the Liverpool? I did. To be fair, I watched both. I had them both on the split.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't even annoyed that Liverpool won because I kind of wanted revenge after what Leipzig did to us. I wanted revenge. Get desperate.
But so you see, for me, I think it's a penalty, and I think it's a penalty because, I mean, put it like this: the rules are what they are. And as long as they're consistent with the rules, then I'm fine. So we look at David Luiz against Wolves, and it was something similar where William Jose is running through. David Luiz kind of cuts him behind him, accidentally clips him from behind. Similar to the Pogba against Aston Villa as well, where he kind of just clipped him and he then ended up tripping over himself. As long as they always give it for the same thing, I don't have an issue. My issue comes in when some referees give it, some don't. One competition gives it, one league doesn't. So I think for me, at least in the last few months, in terms of accidental collisions in the box, they are consistent in giving the penalty. So for me, that was a penalty. But from that 1-0, I mean, for me, it was already a bit of a 50-50 game already.
Oh, I've seen it now. I've seen it now.
Oh, you've seen it.
Yeah, I think it's soft.
It's soft. But okay, did you think the David Luiz one was a penalty against Wolves a few weeks back? I don't know if you remember that one.
Initially, I thought it was a penalty, but again, I think it's soft because he's not really trying to make an attempt for the ball. It's just
he's not. He just happened to be running in the same path. But anyway, that was given.
Wait, can I ask you something?
Go on.
Do you remember the incident we had against West Brom where Harry Maguire got in a bit of a leg tangle?
At Old Trafford.
No, the West Brom draw a few days ago.
Oh yeah. Where they he went.
Yeah, would you say that was a penalty?
A penalty or a free? Wait,
yeah.
Sorry, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong thing. Not the one where Maguire was.
Do you remember when we got a set piece?
Okay.
No, not that one. He was in the opponent's box and he got in a bit of a tangle of legs and he went down quite softly.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't believe it was a penalty because if it was, I would remember it more. I'm thinking. Okay, well, it was a penalty, but I can't remember.
Well, if the Barca one's a penalty, then I think the Maguire one's a penalty, but I don't think either of them are, to be honest.
Fair enough. But yeah, as it was, I said they went 1-0 up. Lionel Messi scores that goal, and maybe you're thinking, all right, PSG doing it again. They come up with a lot of hype, but in the end, the bigger team come through. I don't know what everyone was thinking at the time, but listen, Kylian Mbappe absolutely turned it on. I actually predicted for Barcelona to win this game on the night. I expect them to go out overall, but on the night, I thought they would win at home 2-1. I thought it would be a close game. It was 50-50 at time, going back and forth. But once Mbappe and PSG got in their stride, especially in that second half, it was complete domination. Well, what do you think of that Mbappe, that hat trick, that performance?
I literally predicted a 4-2 win by PSG, but I never thought. I was literally because I think, again, man, with Barcelona, like you said earlier, where they had 8-2 last season, and the fact that this season against PSG without Neymar, this is PSG 11 without Neymar, by the way,
and Di Maria,
and Di Maria. Literally, the guy just ran the show. The last goal, the third goal, the hat trick. Oh my days! It was like, it reminded me of the back in the day when Henry used to do that for fun. But I think with Kylian Mbappe, he just took it on a different level. Do it like that guy is such a boss when he scored that hat trick, man. Honestly,
Shane. I mean, as a Man United fan, people have mentioned. I'm not saying compared, but they mentioned Rashford and Mbappe in the same sentence. For you, is there? I mean, would you say Mbappe is the best young player in the world?
100%. I wouldn't even though he's very, very young, he's been around for such a long time and he's been playing at such a high level for about 4 to 5 years now. It's ridiculous what this kid's doing. I think the only two that can match him is Haaland and Sancho, to be honest. I'm not being harsh on Rashford, but I think the level that Mbappe is at now, I don't think Rashford will ever reach that. I'm not trying to, throw salt or anything at Rashford, but I just think that Mbappe is just the kid. He's just unbelievable.
He is.
There was one instance in the Barcelona game. Where he looked like he was going to go back. He looked like he was going to cut in on his right, but then he went on the inside with his left, and Ter Stegen saved it. He's just so good. The only problem I've got with him is I feel he sometimes overcomplicates things in the final third. But he's very good. He's got very good movement off the ball. He's obviously very fast. I think his pace is overstated sometimes, because I think some people think that, you know, all he uses is his pace. He's actually quite a good technical player. He's a good
No, he is.
finisher.
I think for me, even that the first goal that he scored, like the second one was a scrappy goal, but you need to get it as a striker. The third one, that is a brilliant curler. Because I think the ball from Draxler was slightly actually behind him, and so
Yeah,
he's
he's in a tight space, isn't he?
Yeah, up his run and curl that. But the first goal, like you saw, as you mentioned, it's not all about pace. Where he's got the technical ability, the ball comes in. The first touch wasn't great; it bounced up, but he got quick feet to drag it away from, I think it was PK, onto his left foot, and then high into the net past to Stegen. So, I mean, I think this guy's got it all. I have rated him from the first time I saw him, which would have been Monaco in the Champions League, and it was in the group stage first, but then in the knockout round when they blitzed Man City, and then I think they got to the semi-finals that year. Absolutely electric. In the World Cup, he was brilliant as well. I mean, I remember there was one time in the World Cup, I think it was against Argentina, and Pogba
ran through the whole team.
Shot it across the left, they shoot the goal.
No, but he played one ball and he just ran straight down the middle with that.
And got the penalty.
Pace. I think it was a free kick in the end, wasn't it?
No, it was a penalty. It was a penalty that led to
Okay.
Griezmann's goal.
Okay. But it was like, this guy is just, he's on another level. So when people are even comparing, and we'll get onto them, the likes of Haaland, Sancho, those guys are brilliant. I'm just like, they might even, like, you might say, oh, Haaland's a better goal scorer. He's more clinical, maybe. You might say Sancho's a more technical footballer than him, you know, creativity, etc. But this guy at 18, 19, 20 years old has already done it at a world level. Those two can't say that. So for me, ability is one thing. And when you're young, we can talk about ability all day long. But there comes a point where it's like, okay, it's not about ability anymore. It's about what you've done. What are you going to do on the stage? And he's already done it at such a young age. He only really needs a Champions League and a Ballon d'Or. He's completed football. Like, just two things and he completed football. And I think he's definitely a future Ballon d'Or winner. What does this mean for Barcelona? I know, I guess everyone gave their eulogy for Barcelona, their last rites after the 8-2. But today, or yesterday even, is this the end of Barcelona? When I say, obviously not forever, but in terms of this team, this era, a lot of the players, the likes of Busquets, PK, we know Messi's in his last year of his contract. Maybe the likes of Jordi Alba. Are they finished at Barca and they just have to really start again and bring through a whole new batch of young players?
Yeah.
Surely it's got to be the end for Messi, you know. I mean, after that trashing 8-2, like, everyone knows what happened in Spain, especially with the strikes in that at the Nou Camp, outside the Nou Camp, and Lionel Messi was having an argument with the president, and that we all know what's going on behind the scenes, and the fact that he already got like one man out of the job. That was the president. He's out already, but the team, I think, they're still in the transition mode. Neeks, let's be honest here, and Messi's, I think, he's on his final contract, yes, but I just think like he needs to go somewhere else other than Barcelona, because this team, they are finished, honestly.
When you say go somewhere else, where?
That's the good question. Where he could go?
Chelsea, innit? Chelsea.
I
heard
I know what you're trying to do here.
I heard Ziyech might be on the move. Ziyech might be on the move.
I know what you're trying to do here, but I'm not going to be falling for it. But I don't know, man. Either he could go retire, but I'm not too sure about that. Like, rumors say he wants to go to Man City. If he goes to Man City, it's going to be a different game next season.
Battle for second.
Well, yeah, literally, yeah. If he goes to Man City, then you just write off the title already. Write it off.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard that Neymar's very confident that Paris are going to go in for him now, so I could see that, to be fair.
Okay.
I kind of want him to go to Juve, to be honest.
What, to play with Ronaldo?
Yeah. I just want to see that. It's not going to happen, but...
let's talk about Juve, because obviously we know they sacked Sarri in the summer, the summer after they got knocked out to Lyon. They won Serie A last year, just about. This year they're struggling. I think they're sitting in fourth at the moment. They lost to Napoli on the weekend.
Yeah, but they've got a game in hand over Roma.
Yeah, but they're still not within touching distance of Inter and
Milan,
AC. Milan. Even
They're
if they
8 points behind. Yeah, they're 8 points.
So
behind.
they'll have to win that, and they're going to be they're going to be still playing catch up. I don't think they're winning Serie A this year. They haven't looked impressive pretty much all season for me. In a few games here or there, they might score a few goals, but they haven't looked impressive. They haven't looked cohesive. Today, I don't know if you watched you don't watch the Porto game.
Yeah, no. I did watch the Porto game because.
What did you think of that game? Because I think Porto dominated.
Before the game, I spoke to my mate. He's a Porto fan. He was really scared about Ronaldo going to bomb the defense and that. And I just said to him, relax, because with Juventus in that year, I think Juventus is a one-man team in my point of view. They can't do anything without Ronaldo. You can see the body language at the end. He was so frustrated with his teammates, and the fact that FC Porto, again, man, one of those teams like you cannot kind of, like they're on the rise right now, I think, and the fact that they just beat arguably one of the main contentions in the Champions League, it could be a shock upset in the second leg for FC Porto. And I just think Juventus are really lucky to get that away goal.
I do. I think because I think at 2-0, I can't see Juve scoring 3 goals unannounced in the second leg. But at 2-1, all they need is 1. And I think they can do it.
They're not going to win it though.
Well,
they've got no hope of winning it.
Win the whole Champions League.
Juventus have got no hope of winning it.
Or win the Champions League, you mean?
Yep, no hope.
Oh yeah, no way whatsoever. They will get. I mean, I said that they're lucky to even still be in this tie for my. Even though, to be fair, they should have got a penalty right at the end. For me, that's a penalty. That's a foul on Ronaldo. Right at the end, but they didn't give it. I don't know. VAR didn't give it either. But yeah, they're not winning it. Madrid.
They're in a bit of a transitional phase as well, though. They got rid of a good few players in the summer.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know when their transition's starting, because for me, their team is still awful. It's so slow. It's so dependent on Ronaldo.
They've got a good few youngsters though. And
for me, Dybala. If Dybala's not playing, they haven't got enough creativity in that team, and it just looks very, very stale. So, and I know obviously he was out today. They need to get him back ASAP. And I think that's where even last season I saw that with Sarri. Like Sarri wanted to get rid of Dybala in the summer. I don't remember he was linked with Man United and Spurs. And they couldn't agree a fee, and he wanted to remain at Juve. But by the end of the season, he was undroppable, because he was their only form of actual creativity. And Ronaldo was like, when he wasn't playing, Ronaldo wasn't scoring. But when he was playing, both of them were on fire. So I think they got a lot of problems. I don't know if Pirlo's the right man to get through. The man just got his badges, like literally at the start of last season, he got his badges. So who knows, man? Who knows?
The team's very old.
Yeah, it is.
They still got Bonucci. They still got Bonucci, Chiellini, Alexandro's getting old. Buffon's still there. Even though Ronaldo's still class, he's getting up to a certain age. Danilo's quite old. They've got a lot of old players in that team. It's ridiculous. And Douglas Costa's coming back and after his loan at Bayern.
Joe Appia says Juve were better without Ronaldo. He's ruined the balance of the team. I don't think he's ruined the balance of the team. I think the team has just come to the end of their cycle, really. And because when you think about it, he either plays as a striker or he plays as the left winger. So the question is, who was there before? What were they doing? Are they going to do any better? Morata scored some goals this year. Morata's always offside. Like, he can't stay onside, and he's always missing chances as well. But he scored a few goals. Like I think they missed him probably today. But it's like he needs too many openings to actually get the goal, because he can't stay onside. It would miss his chances. He's not like a one chance, one goal kind of guy. So for me, I mean, I don't think Ronaldo's ruined the balance. I just think they really need a a kind of a re-up of the whole team, and that might include getting rid of Ronaldo. As you said, he's 37, 38. The question is who's going to buy him? Like Messi, who's going to pay in his wages? Like Ronaldo, who's going to pay the transfer fee, whatever they ask for him, and pay him his wages? I don't know. Man United, I don't know. Let's move on to actually, it's a good point that Abdi just made here. What did you think of Koundé? He looked shaky, nothing like people described him. Listen, and you know what?
I watched him today.
First. You're Shane, yeah. I'm gonna go to you first. Listen, Man United obviously linked with Koundé. They concede 3 goals. They lose the game 3-2 in the end. What did you? Because I was watching both games, so it's sometimes hard to focus.
How can you concentrate in both games? I don't get how people can do that.
Well, that's the thing. I can watch both games, but I can't. When I say focus in terms of like, if I wanted to say I'm gonna watch Koundé tonight, I can't because I'm watching both games like that. But like yesterday, for example, when I was watching the Liverpool PSG game, the PSG game was better. So I generally tended to keep looking over at the PSG game more so than today. But I think today's game was probably a bit more balanced in terms of the 2 games there. So I was having a good look at both. But in terms of Koundé, what did you make of him?
To be honest with you, Neeks, this is the first time I've watched him since the Europa League. I remember watching him in the Europa League where he faced Roma, Wolves, us, and Inter. And then I watched him in the Super Cup against Bayern. And in all games, I was quite impressed by him. And I don't really watch much La Liga. I don't watch any of it. So I don't know how good he's been this season. But today, I mean, he wasn't good, but neither was Sevilla. They weren't good as a whole, and I think he was probably one of the only ones who was trying to play forward passes. He was a bit shaky defensively.
Well, that's the most important thing. I don't care about how many forward passes you're making. Our problem at Man United is defense. We're not defending. We're not keeping goals out. Like I've never seen him play until I've seen. That's not true. I've seen him play, but I haven't watched him properly. My concern always was he's like 5'9", and I'm like, how is he going to cope in the Premier League? It's a physical league. Balls go in the air. You come up against a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, for example. Are you going to get bullied like Lindelof gets bullied? I don't know. Like people say he's got a leap, so maybe I don't know, but today didn't do him any justice, or it didn't do any favors, should I say. And you look at the other guy that we were linked with, Upamecano. I mean, every time I see him in the Champions League, the man's getting turned like a spinning top. He's getting twisted, and his team's getting ripped to shreds. Rashford ripped him at Old Trafford, and Leipzig were terrible defensively. I'm not saying it was all his fault, but Liverpool could have. I mean, they could have scored as well. To be fair, Leipzig had enough chances to score. But Liverpool could have scored multiple chances. I know
both of them done better work on the ball than they did off it with the defending.
That's the thing, yeah. Like, I mean, how good are these centre-backs really? Like, what do we... I always wonder, because I don't watch these foreign leagues as much as other people claim to. Maybe they do, but they say...
I do watch a bit of the Bundesliga, though, so I have watched Upamecano a lot.
So my question is, how good are they really? Because you look at, all right, Koulibaly, for example. Everyone's talking about Koulibaly. No one signed Koulibaly. Like his price was, and nobody signed him. Man City were in for him, weren't willing to pay what they did, and then boom, out of nowhere, Ruben Diaz. And nobody was talking about Ruben Diaz, not on a real proper level, because I guess nobody watches the Portuguese league. But Ruben Diaz comes in, and he fits seamlessly into the Premier League, seamlessly into the Man City side. These defenders that get hype, and Haaland Madrid in the comments, he says it. He goes, these, what did he say? 6-month wonders. They play good for 6 months, and everyone goes, "Oh my God, they're so great." You know, people talking about Laporte being the second best defender in the world because of 6 months, and then City went and won the title in 2018. Upamecano, same thing. What's his name? And then we got this guy. We got Koundé. We got Konate. Like, how good are they? I really like to know, but I don't want us to be like the guinea pig and we test them out and we realize they're absolute garbage. I'm going to bring in Damien Perez here. Damien Perez is a Barca fan, I'm guessing from his logo. You're gonna have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
We'll probably get your thoughts on Barca in a second. But on Koundé, as I guess a La Liga watcher, is he good enough for the Premier League? Is he good enough for Man United? What did you make of him today?
Well, I only saw like about like half of the game because I was watching the other game, Porto versus Juve. But whenever I watch him, when we played him in the semifinals in Copa del Rey, I don't know if you saw the goal that he scored. You know, like he's very good on the ball. You know,
Yeah.
He's a very good ball defender. He's actually quite quick. He's actually quite good in the air.
Okay, because that's my biggest concern about in terms of, and I know he's quick, so I know he would be a compliment for Maguire in terms of Maguire's lack of pace. My concern was always in the air. Has he got like a good aerial presence?
Yeah, he does do good clearances in the air, in my opinion. I feel like he can be a good replacement for Maguire, or maybe a partner if Eric Bailly keeps getting injured. Because he's very he doesn't get injured. He's very fit, so he'll be a player that I think Man U should definitely be looking at.
Fair
He's
enough.
going to cost a lot.
Well, yeah, they're talking like 70 million.
70,
euros.
isn't it?
70
I will
million
say
euros.
this though. I will say this: if Man United are going to prioritize him, they're going to have to get him this summer, because I think that if they miss out and they try to get him the summer after that, I think Real Madrid will probably go in for him because of the Varane and Ramos situation. And if you're him, they'll probably choose Real Madrid because you don't have to adapt to a new league or anything, and they're probably a bigger club. So we're gonna if Man United really want him, they're gonna have to go for him this summer.
Well, we need a centre back desperately. And to be fair, Barcelona need a centre back as well because they are awful. Listen, Damian Perez, he said Barcelona. What's happened to your team? But what next? My question is, what next for Barcelona? We know that it's kind of falling apart, but where do Barca go from here? Ronald Koeman, we know we've got the elections coming up soon. Lionel Messi. Where did Barca go next?
Well, we're obviously gonna have to wait to see, the president election, see who we get next month, and then we can see like where's the direction going. But in my opinion, I mean, the defense has been there for 4 years straight, and we got humiliated 4 straight years. I mean, like having Peculiar and long legs in defense. I mean, like it's bad. And having Jordi Alba, I mean, it was like, I mean, I don't even get mad anymore. It's just normal now. But I feel like this summer we had to have a huge clear out, get the old core out. PK, Busquets, all of them guys out the club.
I've been speaking to someone we have on our podcast called Kyle, the Barcelona fan, and I agree with him completely. We talk about like kind of where it went wrong for Barcelona, and we know that really and truly it's the ownership or the presidency and the basically the running of the club behind the scenes more so than the coaching or the players per se. We know that some of them weren't good enough. We know some of the players need to be replaced. But for me, the recruitment ever since I think when they lost Neymar in that fashion to PSG, I think they kind of just went into meltdown and just started acting very, very irrationally. They spent that money, they blew that money in no time. Dembele, Coutinho, and Griezmann's come in. They've spent a lot of money on forwards, and I think that money. You lose Neymar, you didn't want to lose him, cool, but you use that money to rebuild your team properly. It's like imagine you're in a long-term relationship, you're in a marriage, and you get divorced. Maybe suddenly you get divorced, you find they're cheating, and you have to break up. And now you're just on the rebounding. You're just going from girl to girl to girl to toxic relationship to toxic relationship. And really what you needed to do was just take a step back and say, you know what? We're not going to get into no more long-term relationships. Let's just take a step back and see how we can rebuild our life. And I think Barca have been going from toxic relationship to toxic relationship with wingers and forwards and strikers, whatever you want to call them, creative midfielders. trying to replicate the MSN they lost. You have to accept that you lost MSN and try something else. And I think this is, for me, this is why they are where they are. Bad running, bad recruitment, and a lack of direction.
You know what I find funny? When they lost Neymar, they signed Dembele as his replacement. Then they went and bought Coutinho as Neymar's replacement. Then they bought Griezmann as Neymar's replacement. And then they tried to re-sign Neymar when they bought three replacements.
Can I add to that? And the fact they let go Suarez on the free to your rival.
Yeah. And they let go of our tour.
Listen, I mean, I know they got a few youngsters coming up, the likes of Trincao, Pedri, Fati. I think Fati's out for the season, isn't he? But they got some good youngsters coming up. But I think this is a lack of direction. Like, what is Barcelona's style of play? We knew growing up, Barca had especially from about, let's say from about 2004-05, just the end of the Rijkaard era, right up until I would say about 2015 or so. There was a set style that Barca used to play just before MSN, because MSN was very direct in the way they played. Now it's like, I don't know what Barca's trying to do. We know that they've got the players to play this tiki-taki in terms of the likes of a PK, the likes of a Busquets, the likes of a Frankie de Jong. But then I don't know if the other players around, you got Coutinho, obviously he's not there now. Well, he's not there this season, is he?
He is, but he's been injured.
Oh, he's been injured. But he's not a tiki-taki player. He's going to get the ball and try and shoot. So it's like you got a mixed match of players to play. I don't know what style they're trying to play.
Dembele is not a tiki-taka. He wants to run at players.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you got Griezmann, who's come from, he was at Sociedad first, and then Atletico Madrid. Sociedad Atletico Madrid. It's like that. The style that he's come from is completely nothing to do or nowhere near what Barcelona tried to play.
The Vidal one as well. I don't have a clue why they signed him.
Yeah, same.
It's all over the place, and I think this is why, even as a Man United fan, I always talk about recruitment, the board, the structure of the club. If the structure of the club is wrong, whatever happens below it is going to be wrong as well. Like in the short term, it might work. You might be able to plug a few holes and get a bit of success, but in the long term, that root problem, the one that is really controlling how the club is run, is always going to come through in the end. And you see that right now at Barcelona. Barcelona, man for man, you would say probably have a better team than Man United. But the way that they run, they are run like an amateur club that anybody feels, oh, we can go to the new camp and win. Literally anybody feels that. And that should never be the case. And I think you can have the greatest player of all time. You can have one of the best sweeper keepers. You can have a legendary defense, one of the best defensive midfielders of all time as well. But if there's turmoil in the club and everyone's not pulling in the right direction, it's all going to fall flat in the face. And as you said, you've had four seasons in a row embarrassing losses: Roma, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and then this one. Like, I don't know what
and Juventus this year. They lost 3-0 to Juventus.
The 3-0, and that really kind of put
they lost to Juventus 4-0 in the past as well.
So I just think I think we'll see with that president election and see if somehow they bring some structure back to the club. Is that going to be enough to keep Messi, Damien?
Well, it does depend on who's the next president. If it's John Laporta, he used to be our old president before Bartomeu. He used to manage Messi, and it'll be interesting to see if he can convince him back to sign a new contract and structure the plan of where the club is going. Personally, I would, honestly just let Messi go. I feel like.
So does he still want to go?
I feel like he does.
Okay.
I really do, because like after that game against PSG, I was like, "There's no way he's staying after this. There's absolutely no way." But I feel like it's a hindrance right now. Him staying at the club. I feel like he has to go. Wherever he goes, I feel like he'll be good there. Whether that's PSG, Man City, Man United. I still think he has a couple of years left in him.
I tell you, when he does go, if he does, it's a massive shock because I expected he's going to remain at Barcelona for the rest of his career.
One club man.
And then go to maybe Argentina to finish off. Where's he from?
New Old Boys.
That's the one. So maybe I was thinking maybe that, but for him to leave, if he does, and go to another club in Europe, I think that would be nothing I expected. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen. I predicted at the end of last season when everyone was like, Messi's going to leave. I said, and I was on the Football Dugout, I said Messi's going to sign a new contract. I just think Messi's throwing his toys out of the pram. He knew that they were never going to let him leave for free because that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to say, my contract, you gave me my word and that I could leave. He knew that was never going to happen. And I felt he was playing kind of a bit of a political game. Obviously, we know that he fell out with the president, etc. If they get the right president in, and I guess they don't want to lose Messi. So whoever's doing the voting, etc., they're going to make sure that they get the president in that Messi likes, and Messi will sign a new contract. I can't envisage Messi in a Man City shirt or a Juventus shirt or a Bayern Munich shirt. I can't see it. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Messi has been at Barcelona since 7 years old. For him to leave at 30, like why? You just retire. Forget it. You are Barcelona. Like, no, I can't see it. But listen, let's move on to our final topic. We're talking about obviously we spoke about Sevilla already. It's Borussia Dortmund. And this comment came from Miguel earlier, fraud. So I don't know if you've seen on the Football Terrorists and on they've tweeted it on Twitter as well. I think I retweeted it, so it should be on my Twitter as well, where he basically said that Erling Haaland is a fraud, and his rationale behind it. So he says that he used the wrong word. I don't know what word he wanted to use, but he's saying basically people are rating him too high before he's done anything. I'm gonna go around starting with you, Father.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland. I mean, I don't even have to ask you if he's a fraud. That is a ridiculous statement. But how good is this guy?
He's just stat padding Champions League stat. Honestly, 2 seasons in a row. 2 seasons in a row. The guy scored 22 goals in 19 Champions League games. What more can you say? The only thing that might need him in order to get closer to Mbappe is winning a trophy, at least winning a trophy, maybe a couple of domestic trophies, and at the end, with Champions League with any other team, because I don't think they're going to win Champions League with Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Shane,
I think he's a bit unlucky with the fact that he would be the best youngster in the world if it wasn't for Mbappe, and he'd be the best striker in the Bundesliga if it wasn't for Lewandowski. Yeah. He's an elite player. His goal scoring speaks for itself. His movement off the ball is sensational, and he works hard for the team. I have to be honest, he's not always the most pleasing to watch in terms of, like what you want to see from a footballer. To be honest, I'm not too annoyed that we don't have him. To be honest,
you say you're not too annoyed.
No. I'm not too annoyed that we don't have him in terms of I don't. Hey, let me finish. I would obviously love him as if we had him, but that release clause, I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do that because it's just an easy way for him to go. He's done that for a reason, so he can get a big move, and that's what Raiola clients do.
No, I agree in terms of the whole release clause thing, but just as a player, I would.
Oh no, as a player, I would love to have him.
Okay, but not on the deal that Raiola wanted. Like, yeah, that was ridiculous for me. Damien, how good is Haaland?
I think he's good. I mean, I feel like, it is unlucky that, he's in a league where, Lewandowski literally owns it. But, I like him. I do think he can work on his ball control sometimes. I feel like sometimes on the ball he can be a little bit, sloppy with it. But I think
he needs to improve with his right foot as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's a
Very
great
left-footed.
finisher.
Yeah.
I mean, that goal today, the little link up, give and go
With
with
Sancho.
Sancho.
Yeah.
And well, Sancho's the other one because obviously people say for me Mbappe is the best young player in the world, but I'm putting Sancho second. I'm putting Sancho above Haaland. I really am. Like Haaland is obviously the better goal scorer, better goal scorer than
Neeks, we
any.
could have had both of them.
Well, we should have had both of them. And Jude Bellingham. And Jude
Yeah.
Bellingham.
You're
But
linked with all three of them.
all three of them, we were linked. We were in talks. We spoke to them.
And we could have got up on McConnell.
No, maybe not. Maybe I didn't want to. I don't know. I'm gonna put. I sent out a tweet just now saying how good is Jules Koundé really. So we'll see what people will say. I'll put one out of Makana. But yeah, Haaland is like the guy's just and he's just lethal. I like a striker that just wants goals. I'm not saying that that's the only thing in your game, but you're hungry for goals. So whenever the ball's sniffing around the area, you are in the position to get that ball in the back of the net. We don't have that. Cavani's that guy at the moment, but of course he's 33, 34 years old. Rashford likes to score, but he ain't getting in deep and dirty and putting his head where it hurts. Martial, I don't even know if Martial really cares if he scores or not. I think he just likes to be involved in the play. Greenwood could become that kind of guy, but Haaland is that guy at this young age where he's just like, I want goals. I'm hungry for goals, and he's always trying to get there. I think he will win the Ballon d'Or, 100%.
Where's he going to next?
Unfortunately, I think Man City.
I think Madrid.
If in Madrid, I think Mbappe looks like a Madrid kind of player for me, and I think Haaland, Man City. There's two reasons. Obviously, we know that his father used to play for Man City, Alfie Inge Haaland, and he is one of his advisors, agent / advisor. Pep Guardiola, we know, of course, he's there, so he's going to have the pull. And then Liverpool, they need a striker.
Liverpool are not getting Haaland. That is not happening.
No, Liverpool, sorry. Man City need a striker. Aguero's at the end of his tether. Jesus has never been good enough. I've been saying it for years. People are just realizing.
What about Neeks? Jesus is the guy.
Oh, please. Please. People, when I said it, people are like, you just hating. Look at his stats. Look how he's better than Rashford, better than Martial. I'm like, no. He plays for Man City. He's supposed to score all those goals. But when you actually watch him now, which people are now doing, especially when Aguero's not there, because he's come off the bench at 3-0 up and gets the 4th and 5th goal, you're like, whatever. Or the Champions League against Dynamo Kiev and that kind of stuff in the group stage. Of course you're going to score. But now when he has to lead the line and he's the main goal getter, he's not scoring goals. He's missing big chances. And for me, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he will never lead Man City to a league title as their number 9. Brazil in the 2018 World Cup, I support Brazil. They persisted with Jesus for the whole tournament through that. I was calling for Firmino. When you're calling for Firmino to play as your main goal scorer, you know that you must be bad. The man was terrible. They had to move him out to the right-hand side. And when they moved him out to the right-hand side, for the Copa America, they had Firmino through the middle. He was brilliant. He was getting goals. He was getting assists because that's what he does. He runs, he presses, he harries. He's got technical ability and he can get you a goal. But if you're relying on him to be your main goal scorer, you got
He's an awful finisher.
No chance.
His
So
awful.
he misses too many chances. So for me, Haaland, I think Man City. Jordan Brown says Haaland is not going to City. He don't fit the play. It will be PSG or Juve.
Can I ask you
Chelsea
United panels on that? Can I ask you something? If you said Haaland's going to Man City, if he said rumored to go into Man City, why not Manchester United? Why not?
I don't think.
Go on, Shane.
I think there's two reasons why. I think Man United pulled out of the Upper McConnell League because of the competition from other European clubs, and I think the same will happen here. I think Man United know that there's going to be a lot of competition for him and will pull out, and I also think they'll be very reluctant to do a deal with Raiola after the whole Pogba thing. That's my reasonings for it. And I think there might be other players that they might go for instead in terms of other positions. They might prioritise if we don't get like a centre back. They might go for Jack Grealish, maybe Sancho, maybe someone else. We'll wait and see. But I just think that there's loads of other teams that are ahead of Man United for this race, based on the fact that I don't think Man United's board are good at negotiating either.
Yeah, I think the Mino Raiola thing is a big factor, and the fact that we tried to get him already, didn't get him. If a Man City come in for him, and we're in for him at the same time, I can't see him picking us over Man City. That's the thing. If we're the only,
he said he likes the club. He says he likes our club.
Listen, we just have to make sure we qualify for Champions League in it, and make sure we give ourselves the best opportunity to.
Are Chelsea going to get him?
No,
why not? Why not? Actually, with those rumors about Chelsea preparing a bid for him, isn't it?
Not gonna lie, if you ask me a question, which one you prefer, either Kylian Mbappe or Haaland, I would say Kylian Mbappe all day. I mean,
I agree.
Kylian Mbappe and Van. Imagine Kylian Mbappe and Werner up front. All my days, I'm gonna be shitting myself.
So you got no
if it happens.
Wait, can I ask you something though? Would you take Mbappe for 150 or Haaland for that release clause?
Can you tell me again what's the release clause?
I think
75.
70.
I mean, if we got the money in the bank, like, why not go for the
I agree. It's not your money, innit? Just spend it. If it's there, spend it.
Yeah, why not?
Because let's be honest, Mbappe.
Well, the price was so I probably would have played him on the right wing.
Mbappe went for 170 to PSG, so they're gonna want easily 150 million, easily, if not more. Like, he's so young. Like, why would you sell him? I know it's COVID market, all that blah blah. I think he signed a new contract recently, didn't he?
Mbappe, no, he's got 1 year left. He's got 1 year.
Got 1 year left. Oh,
yeah, that's why there's been a lot of talk about his future. He's got to make a decision soon. It's either he signs an extension or he goes to Real Madrid or Liverpool. It's a choice.
Would he?
And I know he prefers Real Madrid to Liverpool, and he apparently is keen to move.
I pray he doesn't go to Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool will only sell him.
Don't panic. Don't panic. They ain't getting him. Don't panic.
I think Liverpool will only get him if they sell Mane or Salah. It's the only way. They're not going to throw 150 million without getting rid of one of those two, because Firmino's not going for. Firmino wouldn't go for more than 50 million, because in this.
And who's going to buy Firmino?
Well, exactly. In this Klopp system, he plays as a false nine. Nobody else plays a false nine in reality. So if you're going to buy him, you're going to buy him as a number 10. No, you're not paying 150 million for a number 10 or even 100 million. Bruno went for 50. You'll get 50. You get 50 for Firmino max. He's 29 years old as well. So you might not even get that. So really and truly, you're going to sell Mane or Salah. And people can say, yeah, let's sell Salah because he's, I don't know why. Most people say sell Salah ahead of Mane. I'm like, Salah's your best player, but whatever. But who's buying Salah? Like, who's got the money to be just thrown around? Like, let's buy Salah, let's buy Mane.
No, Neeks, they might have to sell him, because I think he's got 2 years left on his stage. So if they don't sell him this summer, his price will drop next summer. Salah, they might have to.
Yeah, but Salah, if they offer Salah a new contract, he's taking it, because he might be his last.
Yeah, but but apparently he wants more money, and Liverpool don't really want to give him it.
Well, they need to give
wages.
They need to give him. The reality is, you can bring in anyone to replace Salah, but you have no idea if they're actually going to replace Salah. Like, they might play in his position.
Is Mbappe not an upgrade on Salah though?
He might be, but he might not be. You know what you're getting from Salah every single season. For me, I'm getting Mbappe over Mane. If I have to sell him one, I'm selling Mane. Mane is, I would say, even they're probably more alike in terms of their play compared to Salah. Salah ain't really in the game like that. He ain't really stretching the play in the same way that a Mane would, or the way that Mbappe would, in terms of his directness. But
Salah will win you games.
But yeah, Salah will just be in and around where he needs to be. Salah's just where he needs to be. Quick drop of the shoulder, boom, goal. Or quick pass, whatever it might be. Mane is tracking back. He's pressing. Like I think yesterday, Mbappe got 3 goals, but his all-round play was brilliant.
Yeah.
If Liverpool get him, you put him on the left ahead of Mane, and you say, Salah, you keep doing what you're doing. Mbappe, I just want you to basically do what Mane used to do. And I think he can do that. Or, I mean, if you had the money, you get rid of Firmino and put Mbappe through the middle. But they're not going to do that.
No, he's not. He's not good as a 9. He's not good when he's on his own as a 9. He's not. He's a bit like.
But in this Liverpool team, the three up front aren't really in their own because the wingers are the attackers. Sorry, the fullbacks are the attackers. So the forwards are very narrow.
If you're suggesting to play him as a false 9, he can work there, but you're not.
No,
not a false 9. To the best of his ability.
Not a false 9. They'll have to play a proper 9. They have to play a proper 9. It wouldn't be a false 9.
No, but Mbappe is not really someone who likes to hold up the ball. He wants to run. I think he looks better out wide. If you ask me, I think he's better out wide.
I agree. He does. But the Firmino thing,
a bit like Rashford. In terms of he's better on the left because he's got more, room to run. While when he plays as a 9, he's got to put his back to defenders a lot more often. He's got to, sometimes drop deep to get to, help you get up the pitch. And it's just not him. That's just not what he's like. He's not like that. Even when he plays for France, he's got someone like Giroud and Martial up there, so they can do the dirty work and he can. Do his thing.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, guys, listen, thanks for joining me. That is your Champions League weekly roundup. Been a brilliant 2 days of Champions League football. Then we go.
Yeah, but that's not the proper competition, is it, Neeks?
Exactly. Then we go into the real football tomorrow. Real saucy against Manchester United and Arsenal. The mighty Arsenal against Benfica. That's
Thursday night. That's the best youngster in the world.
Thursday night football shenanigans.
Thursday night football. Listen, that theme tune's growing on me.
I like the song.
It's growing on me, man. I'm gonna play it as soon as we come off here. I'm gonna play it because I'm ready now. I'm ready. I don't think it's gonna be. But anyway, my preview's out, so you can check that out as well. We'll
get knocked out of the semi-final.
Oh, good, man. If we get that far, But listen. Guys, thanks for joining me. Good 2 days of Champions League football. We'll be back next week with another roundup of the Champions League week. Chelsea are playing Atletico Madrid. Come on, Diego Simeone. Come on. And Man City are playing. Who are Man City playing?
Gladbach.
Borussia Mönchengladbach. Real Madrid also playing next week, and I'm missing someone else as well.
Atalanta and Real Madrid.
And Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
Lazio. So some exciting ties, intriguing ties next week. I'm really looking forward to that Atletico one. They're going.
No, it's going to be a boring game. It'll be boring.
No, but that's why I like Atletico. They just.
No. It won't be boring just because of Atletico. Chelsea are a very possession-based team, and they're very, very. I wouldn't say that they're a very sideways team, but they don't really like to take risks. They'd rather retain the possession than try the odd risky pass here and there. Very possession based.
I want to see I want to see what they do because they played Tottenham, which is the only big team since Tuchel's been there, but they haven't really blitzed a team yet.
They haven't really tested one yet.
No, I think so. There you go.
Are we playing them soon?
Yeah, we are
next week. Okay. Next week after Atletico.
So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at Atletico, I think I was saying on, I think it was yesterday or might be on the football dugout. Atletico Madrid are probably the worst team for anyone to play in Europe because they can kill you at both ends of the field. They will suffocate you in their defense, and now they've got the killers up front who can get a goal or two or even
Felix
3.
Is a baller. He's class.
Listen, this season they are bored. They've got João Felix, Luis Suarez, is it Carrera? He's another one.
Llorente's doing really well this season. He's got like 8 goals for them or something.
But what I would say is that they are going through a little bit of a tricky patch. They've drawn 2-2 with Celta Vigo a couple weeks ago, or a week ago even. They beat Granada 2-1, and today they drew 1-1 with Levante. So the La Liga title race for them is, I mean, they're still in command, but they are they're 6 points clear of Real Madrid with a game in hand, 9 points clear of Barcelona. So they've kind of just
they haven't kept a clean sheet for a while.
No, they haven't. And the other teams have just closed the gap slightly over the last few weeks. I think they'll still win it, and I hope they still do win La Liga. But I want to see them in the Champions League against Chelsea and see. Well, let's blow this Tuchel kind of bubble, burst it quickly. And,
Will Thiago Silva be back?
Say that again.
Is Thiago Silva going to be back?
Thiago
No
Silva.
idea.
Thiago
No
Silva, yeah. I think what Tuchel wants to try to do is see what's the progress look like, and I think he wants to give Thiago Silva a bit of minutes just to get his level of fitness up. And I think he'll be back by next week.
So he should be playing.
Should be back by next week. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we got some exciting matches next week. Atalanta, we know they're just going to fly forward. That's all they do. They don't care about defending. So that'll be interesting. See what Real Madrid can do. I can't see Real Madrid winning it this year either. And Bayern Munich, who are the team to beat. I know we're all getting excited about PSG. Can Liverpool, go far in the competition? But Bayern Munich are the team to beat. They are the defending champions.
I don't know if they are though.
Well, they are, because I tell you why. Because I'm not saying they're the best team. We don't know. Because they haven't played in this. We're all getting excited about everyone else. When they slap Lazio 5-1, we'll be like, you know what?
No. But Neeks, the thing is with Bayern Munich, I do watch a bit of the Bundesliga, and they are very, very easy to get at the back. They play such a high line.
But I think everyone in the Bundesliga plays a high line.
But considering they're the best team in Germany, it is quite surprising how open they can be to play against.
But they drew 3-3 in their last game. They were 3-1 down, I think it was.
Yeah.
They drew 3-3.
And they were 2-0 up against Gladbach and lost 3-2.
But listen, it's Champions League, isn't it? Maybe when the Champions League turns on, another animal. They have to defend their title. So however they're playing in their league, I think they're going to be ready and pumped up for that game. I expect them to go through. Nothing less is acceptable. I don't care what Lazio, how well Buddy Immobile is doing or whatever. I expect Bayern to go through. And Lewandowski.
Andreas Pereira will get a hat trick.
Oh yeah, he's at Lazio, isn't it? For the, hopefully they can buy him from us and we can raise a few funds. But guys, listen, yes.
No, they ain't gonna buy him. He doesn't play for them.
It's been I'm up to an hour. Good stream, good chat. We will see you next week with hopefully another 4 games of brilliant Champions League football. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon.